Hi everyone, I'm back. Part 2, Cooking Through Corona. Part 2 of the cheesecake squares, the salted caramel ones. We have had technical difficulties like you wouldn't believe. Had to delete a bunch of stuff. Thought I lost all of my cooking shows that I've done for all these weeks, but fortunately no. So bear with us. I'm going to try to get you through this. The cheesecake, because of all this time it's taken, is just about done. When that timer goes off, the oven door is opened after we shut the oven off, and it stays in there for 15 minutes. Then we take it out and we have to let it cool for about 2 hours before we can put the sauce on. But anyway, I'm just going to give you where I think I left off was the filling. And the filling is just 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened, 1½ cups of granulated sugar, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract, 4 large eggs, and ½ cup of sour cream. And you want to beat that together with your electric mixer. It makes a big mess, so put it in a big enough bowl so that you can handle that. And I set mine in the sink, which I did videotape and we lost it, so you didn't get to see me doing the whole process. But the crust is, I think I told you on part 1, if you go to my YouTube, you'll see how to make the crust. Now I've told you how to do the filling. Next is the caramel topping, okay? And that's ½ cup of packed brown sugar and 6 tablespoons of butter that you're going to melt into a saucepan. And to that you're going to add 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you want to bring it to a boil and let it get nice and thick like that, okay? It's gonna have little bits of brown sugar in it. And once that cheesecake is cooled, you're gonna spread that on top, and then you're going to sprinkle it. Let me just grab my oven here. Clear. Stop. And then we're gonna leave that oven door open as such. And set the timer 15 minutes. And then we can take it out to cool. But that's what it looks like right now. It smells fabulous. Trust me on this. Okay? And then once it's cooled, which again, that's going to take about an hour or two, you can spread your caramel sauce on and then just sprinkle it with sea salt. Okay? And that's how you make the cheesecake squares salted caramel style. Now the next thing I'm going to hopefully get through and not have any more technical issues is the main dish. This will not be baked until tomorrow, just to let you know, because it is, everything has to happen overnight and then you bake it after that. But I'm just going to tell you how to make this Maine party chicken. And it is absolutely delicious. Tastes like something you'd get in a fancy restaurant. But yet it is simple and it's just delicious. Okay, so first you need to mix 8 ounces. This is a 16-ounce container. So you want to mix 8 ounces of sour cream, which means you want to put half of it in a dish, okay? All right. To that, you're going to add 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. Super, super simple. You're going to mix it all together, just like so. This is really great because, for one thing, I'm going to have dinner all ready to just put in the oven tomorrow just by doing this simple step, you know, tonight, which is also, is part of the recipe. It does need to sit in this mixture overnight, and it just gives it all the more flavor. So that's why we're doing that, okay? Then, okay, first step. After you get your sour cream and your cream of mushroom soup mixed together, you want to get some of this dried beef, a small jar of dried beef. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. I personally like to unroll it and then kind of put it all evenly together, like so. Okay. And then just take your kitchen shears and cut it into little pieces. It's much easier than trying to tear it all yourself, and you can kind of gauge how, you know, how thick you want your pieces to be. You can see how I'm doing it. That's pretty much the way I like to do it. And it's really quick. Kitchen shears come in handy for a lot of things, guys. Okay. So that's the first step. You're going to just cut up that whole jar of dried beef. And then you're just going to spread it around on the bottom as evenly as you can. Little pieces. Missed one. Okay. That's all you do, okay? Next, you're going to take, I like to buy center cut bacon because it's got a little more meat on it. And because it would normally go bad if I left it in the refrigerator, because we don't eat bacon every day, what I do after I use what I need for a recipe is I cut it up and wrap it in saran wrap and put it in a baggie in the freezer. So I've got individual packages of bacon for three or four pieces if I need it for something, okay? So, and I have 2 large chicken breasts. I cut these, each one in half, and I pounded them down so that they're flat. So we're going to take the bacon, cut it in half, and we're just going to take it and we're going to wrap it best we can right around there. I don't use a whole piece because I find it makes it way too greasy. I use a half. Still got the flavor. Second one. This piece is a little larger, so I will use a whole piece on that one. Guys, you won't believe how good this is. It is amazing. I got this recipe from a friend years ago, and I've made it a lot over the years. And you can see it's super simple, okay? So then, again, I'm gonna cut that in half, just like that. Wrap it around there a little, best you can, over there, okay? So that is 2 breasts, each one cut in half and pounded down, which will be more than enough for our dinner and to share. Okay, so then all you're gonna do is you're gonna take this sour cream and mushroom soup mixture, and you're gonna pour it right over the chicken. All this is gonna cook together. You won't believe this chicken is so moist and delicious, and You've got the bacon flavor, it's creamy, and whenever I make it, I always have to make whipped potatoes for my side, and of course, my honey glazed carrots. And this will be no exception. It's a delicious dish. Everybody that's ever had it loves it, and flavors are terrific. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do, because like I told you, this has to set in the refrigerator overnight, so you want to cover it with plastic wrap. And then when you're ready to eat, or when you know what time you want to eat, you set your oven, preheat it to 275 degrees. And it's going to bake in the oven at 275 for 3 hours. And I'll tell you what, it is the most tender, delicious, you're gonna love it. And you saw how easy it is, okay? So that's it. Into the fridge it goes. Tomorrow when we're ready to eat or decide we're gonna have a late lunch or early dinner or whatever we're gonna do, I'll put it in the oven on 275 and dinner is served, okay? Thanks for checking in. Thanks for your patience with the videos, and I will see you guys again soon. Have a good day. Bye.